Hey, welcome to my personal list of the top 5 hardest bosses in Dark Souls 3. Keep in mind, this is based off just one playthrough of the game, and every encounter was very much blind. Some victories were maybe down to sheer luck, and others might have been easier had I known what the hell I was doing. The list is undoubtedly subject to change once I know the bosses a bit better. To start, at number 5, we've got Pontiff Sullivan. Prior to this fight, I was terrified of facing whatever was lurking behind that giant fog gate. I mean, there were 3 NPC summon signs outside. I took that to mean whatever they had designed was designed hard enough that you would need those summons. But I was determined to play this game solo. This is why it was especially amazing to beat this boss on the first try. The first try. Really? So why is he on the list? He's on the list because I think I got lucky, and my shield helped a massive amount. Without that, he's clearly very tough, and I'd be nervous about facing him again on future playthroughs. I mean, trying to do this without a shield and, I'd be probably wrecked. Anyway, regardless, I was chuffed to beat him when I heard that others had struggled. At number 4, Abyss Watchers. Yeah, the first real boss to give me trouble. Others find him incredibly easy, others find him incredibly hard. I was the latter, obviously. The first phase has him doing the usual guy with a sword routine, which is easy enough on his own, but bear in mind, he has 2 other Abyss Watchers which infinitely resurrect during phase 1. Fortunately, they don't have much health and can be taken down without much of an issue, and they also fight each other when they get bored of chasing you. That can be a fine strategy to nib away at the boss's health while you back off to heal or to just catch your breath. Second phase, this is where things got real tough. He was like Lady Maria of Bloodborne, which incidentally I killed on my second try, but in this game it wasn't happening. He's just turbo-aggressive, and simply I found him hard to dodge. I've since come to learn though that perhaps it's better to keep at a distance and charge in for those backstab when he's open. In at number 3, the Nameless King. Oh boy, okay. I have some explaining to do. The Nameless King, by all accounts, should be number 1. He's the boss I struggled against the most by a country mile. Calamite, Manus, Orphan felt easy in comparison to this beast. So why is he only number 3? The answer is the Dragon Slayer shield. To put it simply, I would not have won without it. I tried and tried to dodge those attacks, but for the life of me, I would always get hit. I would never be able to get past 3 or 4 hits before the dreaded "you died" screen. It was a mental block for sure. I owe everything to the Dragon Slayer shield. It was the real Ashen one for sure. Oh, and I can't not talk about the first phase, which is technically a boss in his own right, as he has a different name and a completely separate health bar. The King of Storms has some of the worst camera angles I've ever had to put up with. That area of effect fire attack was ridiculously huge, but I did manage to outrun it numerous times. Sadly, not in this victory run though. Number 2, Lorien and Lauric. Oh my god, the brothers from hell. Needless to say, I was wrecked over and over again by these guys. Did this without a shield, as I felt I needed to savour every last drop of stamina. This boss put me through my paces. First phase, Lorien warps around the room, leaving you dizzy and quite often panic rolling in the blind hope that you dodge those punishing swings. Looking back though, it's funny how I was able to consistently dodge his attacks, but the Nameless King I just couldn't. I don't really know what I was doing differently. Anyway, my goal was to get through him with as many Estus in the bag as possible, because the second phase was a combination of sorcery and physical attacks. Lothric, the younger prince on Lorien's back, is kind enough to revive his bigger brother whenever you knock him out. This meant that I really had to make the effort to whittle down his health as much as I could before Lorien died, so I could take advantage of those free hits during his revival stage. This boss was amazingly hard, took several attempts, but in the end, really pleased for my shieldless victory. Felt a lot less anticlimactic after the Nameless King. Number 1. Soul of Cinder. Quite fittingly, this is the last fight in the game. Dark Souls has been criticised in the past for having poor end bosses, so I hope this guy satisfies the thirst of those critics. As with most bosses, this lovely chap has 2 phases. Unbeknownst to me, on my first attempt at getting past phase 1, I was ready to call victory, but that cutscene obviously meant he was telling me that wasn't his final form. He hits like a truck, so much so I was popping an ember before every encounter. Every hit is a punishment. I tried to dodge consistently like I was with Lorien and Lauric, but it wasn't a strategy I could get good with. With a combination of both blocking and dodging, I had to take this guy down with determination. On this particular run, I was overjoyed that I killed with no leftover Estus to boast with. That is why he is the hardest boss. Lorien and Lauric really are only a fraction behind him, but due to the fact I was heavily relying on Ember form to beat him, makes him take the crown of toughest boss. So that's it. This game started off easy, or as easy as Dark Souls can be at least. Then it fairly ramps up into stratosphere difficulty near the end. Despite the pain, they were very rewarding, engaging, and fun bosses. Thanks for watching. Bye.